we queer up out South Florida, creating a coalition. We the People march this Sunday. 450 anti-LGBTQ plus bills, 300 anti-abortion bills, and 54 anti-black bills. Marginalized communities in 44 states have faced withering attack this year, with the Republican-led fascists in Florida leading the way. In this week's Out South Florida, we the people say enough. I talk with organizers of this weekend's We the People March, set for Sunday at 9 a.m. in Esplanade Park in Fort Lauderdale. I've covered many rallies, marches, and protests over the past couple years, but this one stands out. LGBTQ plus groups like Safe Schools and SunServe will be there, but they'll be joined by women's groups, black and brown groups, and more. And that's the key. Create a huge coalition. When we allow ourselves to be compartmentalized, we miss the friends and allies standing right in front of us. Bertisha Combs of Florida Rising told me, quote, "We embrace everybody. It doesn't have to be the same political spectrum. Everybody realizes when rights are under attack," end quote. AHF is organizing the rally here and similar events across the country this weekend. Ebonni Chrispin told me, quote, "These bills across the nation aren't just harmful, they're violent," end quote. Anger and outrage haven't had much success deterring blatant attacks by right-wing officials supported by vile, vocal minorities. However, federal courts are beginning to strike down the laws, and now is the time to stand with our brothers and sisters. To learn more about the We the People March, visit WTPmarch.org. And there was a pre-march rally last Wednesday where about a dozen of the groups that are going to be represented, they all got together just to sort of get their talking points out there and why it's important. And I feel an energy. There was probably only 15 or 20 people at this event, but I could still feel an energy, something brewing. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I don't really think it is, because when I take this in the context of the Alabama trans care bill being shut down by a federal judge, our drag ban put on hold last week, a huge accomplishment and milestone, and other laws being put on hold, injunctions, while these work their way through the courts. It's encouraging, because if the courts didn't think there was a chance it would win on appeal, then they would have just dismissed the suit. So I feel like there's some momentum coming our way, and it's really good.
Right? It gives us hope. I get hope from this. You know, when I first spoke to Ebonni a couple of weeks back, and she was just diehard passionate about making this happen. She's like, "You're always asking what you can do." Well, you can get your viewers to show up, you know, on July 2nd. And it's just so important. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, I remember just sitting at this desk saying, "Hey, black and brown, they're coming for us next," right? Women, they're coming for us. And it's like, nobody listened. The delusion is real. And now these organizations are seeing that it's not just us. It's women, it's black and brown, it's, undocumented folks. I mean, everybody, they're going after everyone. You know, the only way to win this is to unify. And July 2nd will be a great start of that.
Absolutely. You know, there's a historical lesson, right? Because during Hitler and the Nazis, right? That was the saying. You know, when they came for the Catholics, I said nothing, right? And pretty soon, one day, there's nobody left to stand up for you. So I'm hoping that the different groups, which sounds so weird, right? Because we all live here. But
and a bunch of us mark off a bunch of
exactly. We're like all across it. But hopefully, they're finally realizing that, it doesn't have to be me. If they come after you, I need to show up for you.
Yes.
Right? You had made a post a long time ago, and it came up as a reminder, you know, those Facebook memories. And you had said, I hope that gay men, when they struck down abortion, you said, I hope gay men don't have to wait for it to be about gay men before they stand up for us with the Abortion Act. And it's that type of thing that we can't wait so long to build these coalitions. We need to stay in community.
I said that on another show the other day, and actually, you know, we have to find common cause with, like, in this case, particularly women and the current, you know, wave of anti-abortion laws in the country. And one thing that I was greatly surprised during the Stonewall Pride, there were a lot of people collecting signatures at the festival to support that.
I have a link. Everyone has to sign it. I could pass it out. We can put it on the Queer News website somewhere. It's a link. We need 990,000 signatures to get abortion on the ballot. We only have until December.
That's right.
We need to collect about 1.2 million signatures because they're going to throw a bunch out. And so this way, once they throw out their percentage, we'll still have enough to make it on the ballot. But we only have between now and December to get about 600,000. We have about 300,000, but we need about 600,000 more. Now, this takes you downloading the piece of paper, signing it, and mailing it in. It's not really a lot of effort, but it's a lot of effort in today's times, right? People are like, I can't just sign online. No, they need to read your signature. They need to know that you vote here. They need to know that you live here. So please take the 5 minutes. And mail it. And mail it.
My uterus is screaming for you to do that. You would be so kind.
I'm not screaming for other reasons. And I can just piggyback on what you were saying, and I piggyback you all the time. If I could just add to that, make eye contact with the people with the clipboards outside of Publix. I don't want to either. I just want to come in and get my chicken tender sandwich and go. But don't dismiss them. Find out what they're collecting for, because I've been approached 3 times now. I signed up the first time, politely declined the other 2. But people are out there with the clipboards and the petition. You don't even have to then print something and post it and all that. So make the eye contact. You know, it can be easy if the situation presents itself, and it is across Broward County right now.
It's all over, and Miami-Dade, and everywhere.
If you want that link, follow me on social media, and I'll get that link for you. All right.
Fantastic.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ+ community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.